name is Aaliyah. I'm in 8th grade Russian.
Name is Jayla Wise, 8th grade Russian.
Hi, my name is Darren Thomas.
My name is Elijah Sorensen.
My name is Kayo.
My name is Tevin McCoy.
Hi, my name is Jeremiah Watt.
My name is Raymond Love.
Forms of communication and how they affect us.
Communication is related to every human activity. Communication involves two or more parties. Communication may be one-way or two-way process. The success of communication depends on proper understanding of the parties involved. Communication in organized flows variously patterns.
Communication has really grown over the years from talking from rocks to now talking from phones. And communication is really important to let people know how you feel or to tell them something. Communication can come in many ways like sign language. A lot of people who can't talk or people who can't hear use sign language, even some people who can't talk use sign language.
How technology has changed the way we communicate. The reason I researched about this is because technology has really changed the way we communicate. And I thought this was a very interesting topic. The history of communication is more than just a timeline of events. It is the story of how technological advances and innovations have revolutionized the world. Communication has been the driving force behind globalization and economic growth in the last century. Communication tools have grown exponentially since the birth of the humble telegraph around a century ago, with the availability of text, voice, pictures, and video. From telegraph to social media. Telegraph was the first form of electrical telecommunication and dominated the scene through much of the 19th century. The invention of the telephone in 1876 facilitated the transmission of text and the representation of the human voice. The 1880s witnessed the construction of telephone exchanges in major cities across the U.S., and by the 1950s, almost every household had a landline connection. Advances in 1970s and 80s laid the foundation for communication as we know it today, viz., mobile phones and internet.
While one of the greatest innovations in communication technology to date is the telephone. It's because we can convey important information quickly and efficiently. And now, with cell phones and smartphones, we can send important data, capture memories, and explore the internet, all from our mobile phone. The history of the telephone is an amazing timeline of experimentation and discovery. Who made the world's first telephone? Alexander Graham Bell did. Alexander Graham Bell was born in Edinburgh, Scotland, on March 3, 1847. In 1871, Bell started working on the harmonic telegraph, a device that allowed multiple messages to be transmitted over a wire at the same time. While trying to perfect this technology, which was backed by a group of investors, Bell became preoccupied with finding a way to transmit human voice over wires. His invention of the telephone made Bell a wealthy man. In turn, the telephone allowed communication across great distances and is one of the single most significant inventions that led to the modern age.
Radio was invented in 1895. In our current year, 2021, the radio is used for music. The radio sells communication sound waves into the radio to send to a person. It can also help with sending voice messages to people, or they will find lost people, or help guiding airplane pilots through journeys. Those throughout the history were used for communication, getting news, getting information, and in our current timeline, they are used for music.
There was a time when TV, radios, and newspapers were the only available media sources. Today's smartphones and social media have simplified the process of publishing and sharing news.
Computer. Actually speaking, electrical date processing does not go back then just half a century. They are an extant memory from early 1940s. In early days, when our ancestors used to reside in cave, the counting was a problem. Still it is, starting to become difficult. When they started using stones to count their animals, or the positive, they never knew that this day will lead to a computer of today.
Computer was first used. An amazing machine. We are living in the computer age today, and most of our day-to-day activities cannot be accomplished without using computers. Sometimes knowingly and sometimes unknowingly, we use computers. Computers has become an indispensable and multi-purpose tool. We are breathing in the computer age, and gradually computer has become such a desired necessity of life that it is difficult to imagine life without it. The word computer was first recorded as being used in 1613 and originally was used to describe a human who performed calculations.
Computers are critical for communication and are the centerpiece of information technology. The early 1990s saw the emergence of household internet use, which eventually spurred common use of email, websites, blogs, social networking, video chat, and voice-over internet protocol. Today, many traditional communication modes, including postal mail and landline phones, seem obsolete.
My name is Kaylee Richardson, and I'll be doing Charles Babbage's invention revolutionized computing in the world. Charles Babbage created the first mechanical computer and otherwise changed the world of mathematics. For every computers that technically been in use ever since the abacus, it is modern computers that had the greatest and most profound effect in society.
Pascal's calculator. In the year 1642, Blaise Pascal, a French scientist, invented an adding machine called Pascal's calculator, which represents the position of digital with the help of gears in it.
Charles Babbage, Analytical Engine. In the year 1833, a scientist from England known to be Charles Babbage invented such a machine to keep our data safer. This device was called Analytical Engine, and it deemed the first mechanical computer. It included such features which is used in today's computer's language. For a great invention of computer, Sir Charles Babbage is also known for the father of computer.
The word computer was first used. An amazing machine. We are living in the computer age today, and most of our day-to-day activities cannot be accomplished without using computers.
Landlines displaced to the telegraph, and cell phones replaced landlines. The arrival of the internet opened new doors in personal communication. Emails replaced postal mails, and social media took the place of text messages. And the subsequent emergence of Facebook, Instagram, Skype, and WhatsApp is enriching our lives further and making the world more integrated.
The World Wide Web, Internet, and email revolutionized the way individuals communicate with each other. Rather than waiting days or weeks to see information, we can now view all information at the speed of light. Email has fundamentally transformed how people share information and conduct business based on the speed and flexibility it offers.
The drawback of modern communication is that it has reduced face-to-face interaction.